time for me to have my say. There's a topic going around of a situation that needs to be fixed. That is the YouTube copyright system. It is so screwed up. It is so fucked. Excuse my language, but there's no better way to put it. Companies have been abusing it for years, and now as of recent suddenly decided to get much worse with it. Have become much more unfair and abusing of this system as of recent year. So much so that someone like me, who barely has any subscribers as of this moment, has gotten suddenly screwed out of nowhere for my first big huge review of My Little Pony. It was the first part of my Kitty Mat review, which ironically was made specifically for an educational project. But due to satirizing reasons, I could make for profit as well. Did Hasbro give a shit? No. They didn't. They didn't give a shit. They took it down. I've tried to fight them back. I tried to tell them I have every right to monetize if I wish. They didn't care. Then I tried to send another claim, saying no, which suddenly this form had all your evidence to state for Section 107 of copyright law, which I followed under completely. I was not committing piracy. And what they do? They gave me a strike on my channel, which is why I've had to make the new channel, whether you're watching this video on it or not. Which is why I'm starting my new reviews on a new channel. But I'm scared to right now until this gets resolved to see if maybe something changes. So I'm holding off on it. Because I was going to do an A Question Goes 3 review of my brother, but ever since this shit got started, I don't know whether to start it or not. I'm scared. I don't want my new channel to get screwed up just because Hasbro wants to be a dick. Or otherwise, what about Shout Factory? Because apparently I've heard that they're doing it too. I'm in the middle of a rut. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get more popular on YouTube, but I can't do that when all this shit is being messed up. And now every one of the critics are taking a stand. People may not know me, but I have a right to have my say. And hopefully some people will hear it. Yeah, let me just explain. Yeah, I kind of explained anyway. Yeah, my Cutie Mat Part 1 review was taken down. Ironically, Part 2 wasn't touched whatsoever. It wasn't caught or anything, which is really odd to say the least. In the picture, you could see Part 2 in one of the pictures, and it wasn't touched whatsoever. Part 1 was touched all over. I don't get why. In fact, I actually edited that one down more than Part 2. I have more footage in Part 2 than Part 1, which is completely ironic. Fuck freaking bullshit, what it is. It's bullshit. It's time for us to take a stand. Honestly, I wish one of these more popular critics like Nostalgia Critic, Josh Scorcher, someone would find a good attorney. And we could all band together in a class action lawsuit. And I'm pretty sure at least one of them has thought of this idea, and I'm pretty sure it's not as simple as it sounds. We need to find some kind of attorney to try and make sure there's a class action lawsuit. Someone who wants to make a name for himself and either go after some of the biggest companies to try and make sure everyone else will back down, start a chain reaction, either that, or sue YouTube and try and get them to change their rules. Because it's them that's allowed these companies, to abuse this power. And even when YouTube finally tells them, hey, you made a mistake, we're going to let them have their channel and everything back. They have every right. They don't get punished. Not at all. They're just like, oops. Why do they have every right to keep making mistakes? Yet, and we get the pay, and yet we have to waste our time doing this shit. Why? I don't understand. That makes no goddamn sense. Why must we waste our time because they want to screw up every goddamn time? I really don't want to start working on YouTube with reviews if this is what's going to come of it. I'm going to see how this whole thing turns out before I start trying to make more videos and try and get more popular. Because I liked doing the review, Kitty Mat. And I thought maybe I could try and improve. It wasn't that great, but I thought I would like to improve. Now with some new friends of mine, I even met a new Brony in the Artist to Vegas. I wanted to see you doing a new video with him, but until this gets settled, I'm really scared to do so. I don't know what to do. I mean, so this is my adding to the stage. This is me adding to the pile of victims of unfair accusation of piracy and companies not being able to take negative responses or whatever fucking reason they want to take down reviews, even though we have, every one of us critics have every right to use their footage as long as we fall under all the bits of Section 107 of copyright law, and we can make money off of it if we fall under the satire parody clause, which I followed under completely, and I had every right to monetize it, but then suddenly out of nowhere, after a couple weeks, suddenly they said I couldn't monetize it, which is bullshit. They said minute 5 through 6 entirely was their shit, which it's not. Actually, some in between that is some of my footage, so they acted like some of my footage was theirs. It's messed up. It's very messed up. It gets me torn up inside seeing this kind of shit happen. None of them should have to deal with this, and neither should I. I'm not saying especially like, oh, just because you're unpopular doesn't mean you shouldn't get attacked. It's like, no one should. We're a whole new group of people. People live off of this now. I'm not living off of it yet, but I'm probably gonna. Maybe to get me started. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I don't want to start making a living out of this. If this is what's gonna come of it, I'm scared to do so. I don't want to depend my life on this if this is what's gonna come of it. And that's upsetting. Why should I not try and make a career for myself off YouTube if companies are going to screw me over like that? That's not right. Why should we have to be afraid? So I'm making this video to help add to this taking a stand for our fair rights, our freedom of speech, if you will. Because this is basically silencing our freedom of speech, which is not right in the least. This is Ken Greenman, FTW, or Greenman Productions, whichever channel you're watching it on, saying this message to help fix this situation that's going on. Help us get together and fix the YouTube copyright system and not have all these billion-dollar companies have all the power. So that my channel can be fixed and so that everyone else can be safe doing the content that they wish, and so we have every right to use footage as we please, so we have our fair use back. Where's the fair use, YouTube? Hashtag WTFU. Hashtag where's the fair use? Signing off.